All right, guys. What's going on? So just finished up really the last practice session we have of the preseason camp. A lot of things got accomplished this past 3 weeks. We went by really fast for myself, and I know the coaches, and I don't know if that's quite echoed the same for the players, but we got a lot accomplished, a lot of things we were seeking out to accomplish and find out about the football team. I thought we got done. Today really finished it up with, hit the nail right on the head with 80 plays today, live scrimmage, all phases of the kicking game were scrimmaged as well. Really able to simulate a game out there, so be it. So, really in 4 live situations we've had. Today being 80 plays. Last week, just under 150 plays, and this past Wednesday we got about 60 plays live reps as well. So the good thing about it is we were able to really take those game-like simulations, and whether it was situational football we were scrimmaging, or it was move the field segments, and we're able to play them out, get them on film, coach them up, get with the players, practice them for a few days, get improvement, and see where the team has improved from really each live opportunity, scrimmage, game simulation type opportunity that we've had, and that's what you want to see. You want to see improvement every time. You want to see that the coaches are able to get the corrections made throughout the meetings, then take them to the field and get them corrected in the individual periods and the team segments and the group segments that we have. And really, that's how we go to the initial phases of building a football team. And now it's over. Preseason's over. School starts back on Monday. We'll have meetings and workouts on Monday, but players will not practice then because it's the first day of school. Let them get adjusted, and then Tuesday we'll come back out on the field, get some good work in on Tuesday, getting corrections made from the day to day, and then on Wednesday we will start to introduce our opponent, and then move forward from there, getting ready for the first opponent of the season. Excited for the opportunity to be able to move on to the next phase of this team. So again, we had 80 plays out there today, 12 series. Some of it was move the field, play the game. Had some situational things in the red area with both groups. The threes got some good reps again today, and then we went some backed up coming out from the -2 yard line. Move the field, situational, tight punt, those things in there as well. And today was the first day we introduced the noise, the crowd noise, and we had a mix between, loud music and static and noise, and so it was another test for the guys on our team, a test for their communication. Test for them to be able to play in different situations and different environments, which we're gonna have this year. We're hoping Bobby Dodd's the loudest stadium that we'll play in this year, so we want to be able to be used to that. We want to have that noise in what we're doing in our preparation as well. So, I thought both quarterbacks handled it well. They did a nice job of handling the crowd noise. I think we went 6 or 7 times on some different rhythmic cadences, and we're able to get those accomplished. So we've made a lot of accomplishments. That being said, we've still got a long way to go. I mean, there's a reason why we're still 2 weeks out from playing our first opponent. We got a lot of things we got to get accomplished. We'll come back in as a staff tomorrow. We will walking down. A lot of the coaches are already on it, grading it now. We'll grade it as individual offensive, defensive staffs. I'll get together with each staff, and we'll start to talk depth chart then. The players will come in tomorrow night for a 2-hour meeting to watch the scrimmage, get the corrections made, and as we move forward to the week, we'll as a coaching staff, we'll continue to address the depth chart, look at it, and really get things set before we begin our preparations for our first opponent. So, again, with that, open up for any questions.
Kelly, come on, yes, sir.
Is he always first?
He always gets his hand up.
That's fast. It's like a.
We won't bother him anymore.
You can't talk. He's asking a question.
Just curious if any standout plays today, anyone caught your eye off the top of your head?
Yeah, we're getting to roll a lot of the young receivers in there. See those guys get put in different situations. Again, that's why we're practicing. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're going live. When you get hit in the college game, it's a lot different than getting hit in the high school game. So I thought ball security was good today. That was very encouraging. It's been a continuation of what has occurred really all preseason camp. So it was good to see Christian do some good things. Brett did some good things from the tight end spot. I thought all the running backs out there had a chance to make plays and made some good catches, runs after catch, as well as some good runs between the tackles, and we got some good tough yards as we got down into the tight red area. So defensively, again, saw guys step up, make plays. The defensive front did a nice job of working to control the line of scrimmage at times in the game. I think Machias has really had a solid couple of weeks of practice in situational things. He showed up when we went some live reps on Wednesday, showed up again today. I think Zeke has been really solid throughout the entirety of camp. So really seeing those guys being able to make plays. Tay Seymour was another young guy that was out there, on the back end of the defense that I thought did some nice things today. So we're able to roll some different guys in different situations, and excited about the guys that we're able to step up and make some. And we need to continue to have the consistency of those guys doing it, but also having more and more guys step up to make those plays.
Coach Wade talked about trying to find those 8 guys that he can trust to throw out there on the field. Do you feel you're at a point now where you've found those 8 guys, and where are you with a backup center?
Yeah, so I think like Jeep talked about, we talk about it all the time. If you can have 8 guys that can play winning football for you on the offensive line, you're in a pretty good place. And for us to be able to find 8 guys that we can go do that with, it'd be exciting. And it'd help us a lot, as the season goes on. You get into into a long season. I think right now we've got 7, 8 guys that can go play winning football for us. How those guys end up settling out in the depth as we talk through everything tomorrow, I don't know. I'll have to watch the tape first and see some of the things, some of the things we worked around with. I think we've got 4 guys right now that are capable of playing the center spot, and I think Weston's had a really good camp at center, continuation of his spring. Brandon Best and Gabe Fortson both have gotten a lot of meaningful reps at the center spot. Brandon's really come coming out of his first year as a true freshman, and really matured and has been playing pretty solid. Playing both center and guard. Gabe being a true freshman and what he's been able to do to come in and not be here in the springtime and come in and play that spot. He's gonna be a really good football player. And then Joe Fusel's another one that we have been working a lot of reps at center. Got a lot of live reps today at the center spot, so it was good to see him out there doing it as well. So you want to have as many of those options as you can, because one helmet off, one ankle away from being all of a sudden now that 3rd or 4th guy having to go in there and take a snap and shoot. You never know when that snap's going to be. I mean, it could be 4th and 1 on the 1 to win the football game.
Chad, then we'll cut Jackson. No, Jackson first.
Have you had a chance to get a good look at any Louisville film yet?
No. No. In the summer I did. I mean, we had game plan studies and opponent studies throughout the summer. But over the last 3 weeks, I've been looking. If they're not wearing white, gold, or blue, I have not looked at them one bit. We'll get into that next week. We have a lot of house cleaning to do coming off this final scrimmage over the next 2 or 3 days. Probably Tuesday. I'll Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, I'll start to really get into that, and I know the coaches will as well.
Chad.
Similar question. I'm sure you have to.
First.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll have to look a lot at Purdue, not only Louisville last year, but a lot of Purdue as well. See what Jeff Brom does.
Yeah, it is. That's any time you go against a new head coach at a place. You're going to look at whether it's the head coach, running the offense or defense, or whether it's where the coordinators came from that are running the offense and defense. But also, you want to look at personnel, and they've got 26 transfers that have come in and play there. So, it's a player-driven game. So, schemes that people run are going to be driven and dictated by what players are out there. So, being able to look at a lot of different places to see what type of players they are and, what the strengths and weaknesses of each individual player are. So there's a lot of film that will be watched over the next 2 weeks.
Reggie.
Coach, when you look back at the preseason, how comfortable are you with the progression that your team has made from the beginning to now? And do you feel comfortable with the position that you feel like you guys are, knowing you've got a couple weeks to go before you?
I'm never comfortable. The only comfort is becoming uncomfortable, and we talked to our team about that. We talked to our team about being comfortable, being uncomfortable, and you have to do uncomfortable things to callous your mind, to build mental toughness. All right, to find a comfort level in anything, all right, is not what this program's about, and that starts with me as the head coach and the comfort level of the team. Right? There's no comfort. Right? We want to constantly be uncomfortable. We want to constantly be expanding our boundaries of what comfort is. Step out of that bubble and expand it, make it bigger. That's where excellence comes from. That's where champions are made. Right? It's not by doing the easy thing. It's by doing what's hard.
There was talk previously about finding a second guy to line up alongside Trent. Has any of the other linebackers stepped up and separated themselves from the pack?
Yeah, well, once we get in and watch the film and get to the depth chart, but Paul has had an outstanding camp. He really has. Paul's done well. Dre and Braylon have both got a lot of reps today. Then that's a position that we've really had to develop talent and develop guys. And I tell you, Kevin has done a really good job of finding a way to, there's only 2 guys out there at the inside backer spots, and we really have 8 guys that we're working to develop. And, Nakari and Jacob Cruz are two freshmen that we've really thrown into the mix this past week to see what they can do. You got really, big, long body guys that can run. And you know what? They might not be the best 2 or the second best 2 right now, but, when you got guys that are long and can run and aren't afraid to hit people and can pick up the game, shoot, those are the guys that, come October 1st, they might be in that position. So, we talk about evaluation never stops. We'll develop, but not stop either. So we've got to continue to develop those guys that we feel like are going to have a chance, because, just to throw somebody on the shelf after, preseason camp's over and say, well, wait till next year, that's not the way we roll. And we're not going to do that. We're going to, guys that can help us and become better players and better players individually, well, that's going to help us be a better football team as the season goes on.
I'm just curious, with the quarterback situation, and obviously you probably want competition up until maybe even game week or even further past that possibly. Just how do you kind of approach, I guess, do you roll the guys continually, or kind of how do you approach that? And how do you talk to those guys about that too? Because I'm sure they're competitors and would probably like to have an idea where they stand as well at this point.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about, I tell the coaches all the time, and I tell the players as well, that, everyone in the program needs to know where they stand. That's the number one thing with being a football coach, whether it be the head coach or an assistant coach. If you're playing, you better know why you're playing. If you're not playing, you better know why you're not playing. But there's no gray area in this program. That's my job, is to eliminate gray. Now, when it comes down to who is the starter, who's not the starter, all right, that'll be determined once we continue to go through our evaluation, just like we have since January 6th, of what's best for this football team. And we find out what's best for this football team, we will make a decision, and then you guys will know after that.
What was Coach Curry's message to the guys?
Coach Curry's a great man, great player, great coach, great man. Just to have him in his experiences in the game of football, but also in life, to be able to give a message to our players and be able to be around, I thought was really good. There was some things I think we can take a long way from what he said to our team.
Anything else? Reggie?
I'm reworded a little bit. Are you happy at all with where you think you guys are? Like, are you at the point with the progression of this team at this point that you thought you would be when you started off this preseason?
I hadn't watched the tape yet, so yeah, I guess I'm happy.
All right.